Hi there, Natalie with you today with a new process video for Pinkfresh Studio. And first of all, Happy New Year. Today I'm going to create a layout that is going to mix a lot of products from the shop, especially the collections, and I'm going to bring a bit of dies and stamps into this too. So you're going to see that I have all my papers. I have my first selfie of the year. I always do this every year, and I've done it with Pinkfresh Studio for the past, I think, 3 years. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by creating all the pieces that I need. So I am using the Happy For You stamp, stencil, and die, and also the Fresh Farm stamp and stencil and die to create the embellishments for this layout. So I'm going to stamp 2 of the panels of the Happy For You. I'm using detail black ink for this, and I'm going to stamp 4 of the little flowers that come in the Fresh Farm stamp set, again using detail black ink. So I'm going to show you just for one of them, and I did it using my stamping platform just to get it all done at once. So once I have those ready, I'm going to go ahead and color. For this I'm going to use the stencils, and I'm going to use colors from the inks, and I use quite a few different colors. I'm going to say everything but yellow, because I'm not a fan of yellow and I don't want to bring yellow into this. So the way I started is by coloring the flowers that come in the Fresh Farm collection. I'm going to use colors from this one I'm using right now is Cherry Blossom. I'm going to use Peony, and I'm going to use those are the 2, and Begonia from that set. I'm going to use Ballet Slipper, trying to remember, Sparkling Rose. I'm going to use Sunkiss and Peach Fuzz. I'm going to use Wisteria and Freesia. I am going to use Summer Shower. I'm going to use Fresh Pear and Olive for all the leaves. I am going to use a little bit of some teal too. So like I said, I pretty much use every single color of ink that is in the set, and besides yellows. I'm not going to go with anything yellow for this. And the thing that I did is I just followed the stencils that come in each one of the sets. Like you're going to see right now, I'm just using my ink blending brushes with my inks to color the flowers that come in the Fresh Farm, and all I'm doing is just carefully just adding inks through the perforations in the stencil, and that's gonna color each one of the flowers. I repeated the same for the Happy For You. Again, I try to keep very monochromatic because I wanted to make sure that I had a selection of all the colors, because I want to create a layout that has a lot of flowers, and I didn't want to focus on one single color. I wanted to bring kind of a rainbow, but yellow. So I know some of my friends are going to be like, I like yellow. Not one of my favorite colors. So I use it a lot, but it's not one that I wanted to introduce here. So once I took my time, and this took some time to do it, once I had them all colored, I'm just going to use the dies that come in each of the coordinating sets to just die cut all the pieces. And like I said, it just took a little bit of extra time to get all this done. So I'm going to take it off camera, die cut everything, and when I come back, I'm going to show you how the idea that I have for this. So you're going to see I'm just taking all the pieces, and now I have this piece of paper. I had it left over from another project. I went and pulled, this is the fancy, no, it's not the fancy, it's the Folk Edge circle dies, and I love the edging of this circle, and I wanted to use it to create, because the Essential Folk Edge circle die, and I want to use it to create pockets. I'm going to go for a grid design for my page. So you're going to see that I'm going to pull papers from the 6x6 paper pad. I am using papers from Tourist Mode. I'm using papers from Sunshine on My Mind and papers from Lovely Blooms. So I am going to combine all the collections because quite a few of the embellishments are also going to come from Garden Bouquet. So like I said, I'm using all the collections, pretty much everything Pinkfresh Studio has to offer. So once I cut it from those 4 papers that I told you, and I also cut 4 out of white cardstock. So what I'm going to do, I have this template that is a 4x4, so I'm going to use it to help me create my grid. So I'm going to just set it on the paper, and I'm going to place my circles, and I'm going to lightly go around with the pencil, just the bottom part of them, just so that I know where they're situated. I'm not gluing them yet. So once I create the top 2, I am going to move my stencil, or my, how would you call it? It's like a template, a little bit down so that I can put in the center. I want to leave a little bit extra space in the center because like I said, I have things that I want to go inside these little circles. So once I have them all marked, and you're gonna see that I'm just, like I said, drawing the lower circumference, I am actually going to bring all the pattern paper circles that I have in the white cardstock. And the idea that I have for this is I want to create pockets with them. And what better way to create pockets than by folding the circle in half. In this case, I'm going to be a little bit playful with the circles. I want to have a combination of the pattern paper and the white cardstock. So there is 2 circles that I cut from the stripy paper from Lovely Blooms. I make sure to cut 1 circle, and it's just a half a circle, because to be able to put the 2 circles out of the 1 single paper, I had to just cut partial pieces, and that's okay. So I cut 1 partial piece from the warm tones and another partial piece from the cool tones. So they're like just like around, one is around 3/4 of a circle, the other one's around a half a circle. I'm gonna take advantage of that and back each one of them with one of the folk edge circle die cuts with the white cardstock. And then whatever's on top, I'm going to use, like once I glue them together, I'm going to make sure that the holes match. I'm going to put it on my scoring board, and I'm going to go right at the edge of that line where like the pattern paper ends and the cardstock begins, to draw a line. And then I'm going to, that little extra piece of the white circle is what I'm going to fold on top of the pattern paper, and that's going to create a pocket. Just to secure it, I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the corners of the circle, and then a dot of glue right on the center, and I'm going to put some weight on top of it so that it stays secure and in place. So those are going to be like the stripy paper from Lovely Blooms are the ones, like, you know, that I wanted to have kind of the colors staying outside, because those are the ones that are going to be kind of like the anchor for my page. Now for the other 2 circles, I want to do the opposite. I want to have the pattern paper on top and the white cardstock kind of coming on top of it. So you're going to see that I cut 4 circles out of white cardstock. I went and cut one of the circles in half to help me with the fold. And I'm going to, like, you know, glue the other circle. I'm going to make sure that I glue back to back of the circle. So half of the white circle that I cut, the back of it, I'm going to glue it to the back of the pattern paper. And then I'm going to play a little bit with the folds, because I want to make sure that some of the pattern paper shows and also the white cardstock. So you're going to see that this one, I created the line right, like kind of flush to this, to the center. Didn't like it because all the white gets covered. So instead, I'm just gonna move like the flap or the fold or the scoring line, let's say around 1/4 of an inch higher. That's just gonna give me some of the white edging at the bottom, and that's gonna sell the idea of something like kind of a circle that is folded. So once I have that, again, I'm going to glue it in place and set them aside. Once my little pockets are ready, like, you know, they're all dried, I'm going to go ahead and glue them in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each one of my circles, like they're into pockets now, and I'm going to add glue just around the back of the pocket, or the circle in this case, the part, I'm going to say the U part. So the part that's going to create a pocket. So you're going to have pretty much, you're going to add glue at the edge of the half moon, the bottom circumference of the back of the circles, and then you're going to glue them right on top of those lines that you drew with the pencil. And I'm using my ruler to make sure that they're straight. Once I have that, half my layout is ready. So now it's going to be all about embellishing. Like I said, this is the first selfie of the year, and I actually took it at midnight. I think it's 12:15, and after that I went to bed. So I used one of the chipboard frames from Lovely Blooms to back my selfie, and I'm just going to kind of like stick it inside the pocket at the bottom right corner of my layout. So now that I have that in place, one of the things that I wanted to do is, if you look at the Happy For You florals, it creates 2 florals. One of them has 2 flowers together. I'm going to separate them because a lot of that is going to be hidden behind the photos and other florals. So I want to make sure that I separate them so I don't have, like, you know, I want the die cuts to work for me, not like stress about it. So once I have that, it's all about arranging. And literally my idea was to have like lots of florals coming out of the pockets. In the case of the bottom right corner pocket, I'm gonna make sure that I add my picture in it, kind of coming out with the photos. And then on the top left corner pocket, you're gonna see that tag is from Lovely Blooms, from the journaling beads from Lovely Blooms, and that's gonna be movable. So I'm gonna be able to add my lines of journal, and it'll be something really simple in it. And then I have not glued it in place because, like I said, I want it to be interactive. Instead, I'm going to set it inside the pocket, and I'm going to build the floral arrangement around it so that I know that I can move it around. So you're going to see that I'm just adding my florals. Once I'm happy with where they're located, I'm going to attach them in place. And then once I have it all like ready, then like I said, you're gonna see I'm not moving the tag. I'm just playing with the florals, making sure that I add glue to the part that is not close to the tag, because I want to make sure, like I said, that I can pull the tag in and out. And again, I want these florals to be quite big, as of like they're blooming out of the pockets. That was my idea. So you're gonna see that I'm just gonna play with them. I'm gonna show you, like, I think 3 of them. One of them I just skipped because it took me a while. Then I'm gonna start bringing embellishments from all the collections. But before I finish this, like, embellishing, I need to set up my layout. So first thing I do is I want to make my white cardstock, in this case, I want to make it pop a little bit. So I went and attached it to, this is called bubblegum cardstock. I don't know who it is. I have a lot of cardstock at home, and I had a name bubblegum. So I went and literally glue it onto the white cardstock. I glue it onto that, and I left around 1/8 of an inch around. They kind of created a frame, and then I'm gonna glue this to the back of the Here and Now paper from the Lovely Blooms collection. It has this kind of green plaid that made everything just pop. So once I have that, then I know, like, I'm ready to just finish this layout. So one of the things I'm gonna use quite a bit of embellishments from Lovely Blooms. You're gonna see that I'm gonna bring some embellishments from Garden Bouquet. I just wanted to have like a selection of florals and also a few embellishments that talk about, like, what do you want to do in the year. So that was easy for me, but what was a little bit complicated for me, I gotta be honest, was playing with the florals, because I wanted to be abundant without like overtaking the page. You're gonna see it's quite busy. So what I did also outside of the camera is I used the wrap around elements die just to cut some of the bows. I thought the idea, like, if I have a circle that's folded, I need to have something that's holding it together. So kind of a bow, give the idea that it's attached to the bottom and you tie it together, kind of how my brain is working. So once I have that, I'm gonna add a title. For that, I am using the puffy stickers from Tourist Mode to add the word me at the bottom of the pocket of the circle that has my picture in it. And then I'm going to use the puffy stickers from, this is the puffy office from Garden Bouquet, to add the 2024 to the top left corner, right when my, like, my little tag is going to be at. I'm gonna add it there. Then just to finish that, I'm just tying some twine on the tags, and then I'm gonna stamp the date, which is, like I said, January 1st, 2024. And that's about it. This, I love how this turned out. It's busy, but I don't mind it. I think it's beautiful. There's tons of florals. I just love the idea of having a grid design and having this transform those circles into pockets, and just, you can do it different ways. You can add different pictures and do a lot of combinations with this. And I hope you enjoy it. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Just leave me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more great content. Thank you guys, and see you soon.